why do I believe so much in what I'm doing? And that's what To Train is all about. The resilience toward that aspiration and the consistency of that aspiration help women empowerment to become a reality. We have to look at what affects human trafficking, the larger impact of the environment, the larger impact of deforestation. So To Train has been produced by Miguel Sancua, who has actually started the Polo Woman Stories. He is with the World Bank from Spain, and he is based in Mozambique right now, and directed by Viswesh. It's a film that evolved during COVID, and it's a film where they want to capture the journey of what made me do what I do. Why do I believe so much in what I'm doing? And that's what To Train is all about. And it's been pleasure to be, in that film, Two Trains, directed by Viswesh, who is in LA right now, and produced by Miguel, because it brings the essence of the larger picture of how human trafficking happened and what is human trafficking, and it also brings the larger picture of my own personal journey, but how it was possible because of an ecosystem of the model, so. And I was part and parcel to help them in putting the script together, because it was working online and shooting during a peak period of COVID. So when you go back to human trafficking, when we look, the whole scenario has changed so much. The reason why it has changed so much is because the complexity of human trafficking is not rural to urban. It's no longer just about recruiting agency, recruiting and giving aspirational job to a lot of young people. But it's so much happening within our homes because it's online. So online safety has taken center stage, where more and more young people are getting, victims of human trafficking and sexual exploitation. So when we look at the scenario as a whole, human trafficking still exists, human slavery still exists, but it's through a different process of the supply chain, the clothes we wear, how the labor intensive happened on cheap clothing and fast fashion, human trafficking happening online, because we are so connected online today. So technology for good is so important, but also there is the challenge of technology where young people are getting hooked up. So that's where human trafficking is taking center stage at the moment. Well, I think each woman and each one of us, including you here, I'm so happy, you're one of them, part of our parcel of our ecosystem at one time, have aspiration. But when we have aspiration, the resilience toward that aspiration and the consistency of that aspiration help women empowerment to become a reality. When we dare to dream and we dare to make things happen, so women empowerment doesn't just happen by a lecture. It happens through deep inspiration, deep want and passion, but being able to really take that first step, and the second and the third step is always the larger good, of how we can empower more and more women. So when we talk about issues of human trafficking, in-depth reporting is so important, and giving more in-depth research on the larger issue of human trafficking. It's just not about rescue operation that takes place, but there is also the cross-cultural, the cross situation that happen. We have to look at what affects human trafficking, the larger impact of the environment, the larger impact of deforestation, the larger impact, which is also push factor.